Hello, hello, and welcome to End All Wars. So, right then, as I have to press F9 to start the recording anyway, we might as well look at this screen. So, we've had massive casualties, absolutely massive casualties since the last few turns. I miss when this was below 1 million. I missed that day. I miss those days. I really bloody do. But, I mean, we're still above them. We're still leading in terms of casualty rate. So let's take a look at the excuse me, at the other things going on. There we go. Okay. So Italy is going to probably side with the Entente. Yeah, I'd say 4 or 5 turns maybe, depends, probably less. I'd say maybe 3, 4 turns will be okay. Britain, though, Britain is getting very close. They have 2% alignment to the Entente. I was reading in the manual, anything over 80% rebel alignment gives a chance for the nation to end up withdrawing from the war. So in this scenario, we could see Britain withdrawing before Russia. And that would be insane. I mean, Italy could join, but if we could try and force Britain out of the war... I mean, we still have the 1916 Easter Revolution to go. Let's see, the Easter Rising. I've been to Dublin, actually. I went with a college trip to look about that. Lovely place. Ah, we do have the Rasputin option, actually, so I do need to take that into account. Right then, so we will do the Rasputin. Rasputin, Russia's greatest love machine. Right, the options that are locked. Where for our vow? Which option was I looking for again? Ah, yes, right. Available after January 1st, 1916. So basically that will bring more rebels to Britain. Which is fantastic, that's exactly what we need. The French are gaining rebel sentiment. I mean, we have a decent amount in Austria-Hungary. I imagine the... Well, I mean, the concessions to Italy... Obviously, that cost us a lot, and I was hoping that I would be able to bring Italy into the war. But the thing is, after reading the manual, with me giving concessions to Italy, what that has done is prevented the Allies, well, the Entente, from playing an option that would allow them to gain an immediate 20% alignment, I believe it was. So, if things were to have gone as badly as they did anyway with the alignment, then we could have been at war by now, so, yeah, we'll have to see. We are going to withdraw our men to the north. Where are they going? Oh no, they're arriving there, okay. Right. For some reason you don't have movement orders. Don't particularly know why. We'll have you move by train. So last time what I was going to do, I was going to basically send these guys straight into combat, and I think that's not a good idea. I think what we should do, basically, is allow the French to attack the fortress. Now, Metz is a very nice fortress, so he could probably hold quite nicely. And I believe there's a chance for the armies around, well, in the surrounding area to go to the sounds of battle. So, we could turn Metz into a killing field. Oh, there was a word, wait, okay, let me find it. Right, I should find it. Okay, give me a moment, 1 moment, please. 1 moment, people. Right, where is it? Almost there. Almost there. Ah, okay. Right. God damn it, picture. God damn it. Right, the word is Ausblutungsschlacht. I don't know, I can't say German shit. But yes, basically bleeding to death battle. And guess who coined this? Guess who came up with the strategy? Mr. Van Falkenhayn. Yes, Mr. Van Falkenhayn's strategy was to pick Verdun. Now, where is Verdun? I can't exactly remember where the fortress of Verdun is. Ah, okay. So basically, Falkenhayn decided upon Verdun. Now, this was one of the greatest fortresses in France, protecting France. But the thing is, the guns and garrison had mostly been removed. But the plan was to basically advance towards Verdun with the intent not to capture Verdun, not to capture the fortress, but merely to threaten it. And by merely threatening Verdun, a prize and fortress that the French government could simply not allow to fall. The Falkenhayn strategy was that the French would pour troops in, and the German troops would advance so far, take up good positions, and then with overwhelming artillery superiority, the German forces would absolutely devastate the French forces, leading to death battle, and basically defeating France and forcing France out of the war. And with this hope of defeating the French army, or at least bleeding the French army, it would lead to the British having to launch early offensives, or basically an offensive to help alleviate the pressure on Verdun, and thereby entering the fray and being systematically slaughtered as well. So yes, I'm quite a fan of Mr. von Falkenhayn. He has a fucking brilliant name, I love saying von Falkenhayn. Right then, so it seems like a lot of my orders have not actually been saved, which is kind of a shame. We have a very large mallet here, so what we'll do is we'll take this School of Offense. How can you be a School of Offense? Ah, wait. Ah, okay. Interesting. Right, so the School of Offense give you about that. There we go, that's lovely. You don't need any heavy artillery, you'll be fine. Right then, we are going to focus on taking Serbia out of the war. The Romanian forces here. Do we have any supplies? We do have supplies over here, actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send these Romanian forces down here. They will go to Sofia, or actually I'll have them go over here. Still going to take 15 days apparently, which is very, very impressive. Right, we'll move the forces here. Then again, could we not see what we could do here? I believe this is a city or airfield, I don't know. So we'll cancel that move then, we'll have the forces there. The army here, the 6th army, will continue down. And yes. Though, then again, I could bring this, this Austrian army out of Serbia. Oh dear. Okay. Let's see. That would be 28 days. Yes, I think I will bring this army out. Well, at least down to here. We'll defeat the forces here. And then I believe this Austrian force will either head for the Russian front or perhaps in time the Italian front. I'm hoping that we won't have to do that. I'm going to allow my conscripts to build up actually. My conscript pool was severely diminished in the previous fighting and in the previous recruitment drives. Though I did not take too much care with the massive recruitment, as I did not anticipate I would run so low on conscripts so quickly. Right, these forces will move out. Then again, do we have any supplies here? Can we build a depot? I do not believe we can build a depot, so that kind of sucks. You were going to defensive. Okay, your supplies are running somewhat dry. Back to Lodz you go. Okay. What we'll do as well is we'll give this to von Hindenburg's army just to give them the supplies. How many forces do we have here? We have 2 forces. Now that's probably way too much force just for that. So what I will do is I move this one army down here. Outside Warsaw. Warsaw, city at war. Okay, we do have our super heavy artillery over here. So, yeah. I believe we can do this. I'm very confident on the Russian front. Especially with the Rasputin option. The revolution is not too far away. Not too far away at all. Yeah, soon we'll have Rasputin. The Russian morale will plummet. I mean, excuse me. We take a look here. The the Western Entente's morale is at 80. The East is at 76. I believe once it goes below 75, they're very vulnerable to those events. And yes, Britain could potentially exit the war in defeat. Well, not military. Well, Depends. Rightio. So we do have these Ottoman forces, and I believe I will send them to the front instead of just random objectives around here. We'll have them come to beat back the Russian army. This Ottoman fleet will go back to Constantinople, or yes, Constantinople. I want them to regain their combatability, their cohesion, basically. Okay. Right, this militia army. Right. I suppose we'll have you move, potentially. I think, Nope, I need to resist. I mean, the temptation is to station troops on the Italian border, but why? I mean, why should we not use these forces that we have available to us right now to basically force the bastards out of the war? So, yes. We'll send this force here. I do like the look of their general. Good army administrator, school of offense, and a staffer. So he's a very good little general there. And I will probably take him for other armies in the future. I believe we can overwhelm the Russians now. Okay. This Romanian army is ready for combat. Okay. Now what should I do with these Romanian troops? I mean, I could send them over here. I plan to send Mr. Rudolf Ritter von Brudermann to Warsaw. And I believe in combination with a gas attack, I believe we could take Warsaw. We do have a diplomat actually that we need to do something with. Right, we are working on Persia. Persia could be within the alliance fairly soon. Afghanistan would be quite tempting. We could try and remove India from Britain. That would be interesting. Okay. But then again, Come on, there we go. Right. So if we got... That's interesting. We could go to Kazakhstan and try and get around. Yeah. It's even British India. I think I will try and bring Afghanistan. I mean, actually, meh. Who knows? Mexico could be very easy to bring in as well, actually. Brazil doesn't seem available right now. Okay, Arabia, Luxembourg. I don't know why I did Luxembourg. They kind of get crushed very easily. Who knows? I mean, it's under my military control right now. I'll go for Mexico, I believe. We'll try something different. Let's see what could Mexico potentially offer us. Nothing in this theatre of war. But they would give us something over here. And that could potentially allow us, if the USA was to ever join, to strike at the US. Who knows? Right, we have a transport ship here. Yes, tiny transport. What are these? South Africa. Hello. Okay. I do wish I could recruit more men over here. Actually, I could check, couldn't I? Nope. Does not seem so. But maybe we should try an attack. Maybe. We'll try something. Hopefully if we could get the bombardment, we could try and soften them up. Okay, the Russians are still trying. I believe I will bring the 4th Army to Europe as well. The Ottoman Empire could be absolutely instrumental in holding the Italian front. I mean, I could withdraw my Austrian armies, but I need the full might of the Austrian army. And if we could force the Russians out of the war, then all the better. Okay, 60 days. Dun, dun, dun. How goes our offensive down here? Fairly well. We do have a good amount of Entente forces besieged. I think we'll move this force down here in case... Well, I don't know, actually. It's not as if the Arabians are going to join for some time. There we go. The Medina garrison. Colonial. There we go. That's a good strong force. So we'll see what we can do over in Yemen. If we could take Yemen, that could help us force Britain out of the war. Right. I'll send a torpedo division just to try and scout out. See if we can see anything else that's in these waters or on the land. Okay. I believe I will start recruiting more troops, however. Alright, what's the combat power of reserves? 48, 58, okay. They're actually not that bad. So I think I'm going to recruit some more reserves. Just to basically strengthen the border. Okay, that will do for now. I'll recruit some more German reserves as well at the front. Probably infantry, actually. Yeah. There we go. For the Bulgarians. We'll build some more supply. Okay. Now I'm going to have to tax Germany again. There we go. We are granting concessions, fantastic. Yes. The chlorine gas. Apparently we can't use it on Warsaw. We do have 2 armies. Actually, I will use the chlorine gas here. That should be sufficient force. I'd have liked to use the chlorine gas around here as well. But yes, we are going to drive the Russians back from Poland. I'll bring the Romanian army here. I think the rest of these troops can be sent to the Italian border, actually, just in case. I think that would be a wise move. mean, it helps protect us, doesn't it? Okay, there we go. So at least I feel somewhat safer. I mean, with the Swiss front, I don't know, I'm not too niffed. It's pretty tough terrain, and if they could come to me, that would be better. They're going to suffer from attrition, etc. Okay. There we go. So yes, hopefully we should be able to force Serbia out of the war, free up all our troops down here, and get the show on the road. Okay. We do have this last concentration of Russian forces, which is a shame. Besides this one, but other than that, we're absolutely fine. We'll move down here, actually. Yes, so once we have removed the Russian forces from Poland and Galicia and Ruthenia, and parts of Romania, then we will definitely be able to advance into Russia itself. Okay. And if needs be, we can send more forces to the Italian front. But we are building up a force here, and we will have troops here just in case. I believe we have men in Budapest. Yes, we do have some men in Budapest. So I'll take militias as well. I mean, what is their numbers? 12,000 men. They have shit combat strength, but at least it will add to our numbers. And that's important, especially if we're in good positions. So we will have the money next turn. We have committed to the Rasputin option. Yes, Rasputin. Grigory Yemovich Rasputin was a Russian mystic and advisor to the Romanov imperial family, particularly Tsarina Alexandra. Once Tsar Nicholas II took over command of the Russian armies, Rasputin's influence led to a large number of dismissals within important ministerial posts, further compounding Russian organizational difficulties. Over time, his presence in the imperial household led to all manners of rumors tarnishing the Romanov name. Right, the Tsar's command must have happened. Each turn Rasputin is active, there's a 25% chance of following effects. Russia loses 1 engagement point, alignment in Russia decreases by 1%. Okay, that's fine. So, I believe we can deal some more blows to the Russian fleet. Okay. The main fleet somehow is over command points, so we're going to send them back to Wilhelmshaven. Ah. These forces can be sent up as well. Okay. Is that everything? Yeah. I believe so. We'll hold up with these troops here. I think these troops can be sent to the European theatre as well. There we go. You are going Nowhere, apparently, so we can send you over here. 9 days. We'll allow you to regain some of your cohesion on the way, and then once you arrive, you will be ready to attack the last of the Russian forces over here. Right then. Okay, so we shall end the turn, and I am ready for the pain. Yeah. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay. Right then. I am hoping for the British withdrawal from the war. I mean, if Britain withdraws, that will be amazing. Even if Italy joins, the French, I doubt they could hold alone. Or if they could, they would not have enough forces to oppose me everywhere. And in time, we will deal with Russia. And if we just have to fight France and Italy, we can do that. We could definitely do that. I mean, I could even go through Luxembourg and go for a Schlieffen plan, or even through Belgium. Who knows? But without Britain in the war, they would lose so much. And our navies would once again be free to prowl the waters of the Atlantic. We could blockade France, hunt down their navy and destroy them. That would be the most incredible turnaround in this scenario. I mean, what's amazing is the rebel sentiment in Britain has increased absolutely hugely. I imagine it's probably from the defeats or something like that. But we still have some more to add to them if they are not out by 1916. Okay. So we are somewhat abandoning Switzerland, but honestly, there's no point of us holding it. Even if they take back everything in Switzerland, what are they going to regain? Nothing. That's not going to bring back hundreds of their men. Okay. I might land some forces actually at Sevastopol. Wow, 7 strength, that's pretty impressive. I feel bad for you, son. I feel bad for you. Good job, Mr. Conrad von Hotzendorf. Hotzendorf, you didn't lose anybody this time. Bulgarian entry into the war is now noticeable. Oh? Okay. Bulgaria, please? How did you manage to lose 5,000 men? Almost 6,000 men. That's incredible. Okay. Hello, Serbia. If we lose this, I will be impressed. Oh, that's good then. Right, there's a lot of forces down there. Have they retreated somehow? If they somehow retreated from being besieged, then I will be impressed. And very, very annoyed. Okay, I really would love to deal with the forces there. I mean, with Metz, the French will rush forces forward. And we could turn it into a death trap.